Something like this. Hit it.
The Roger Report live morning show, weekdays at 9 a.m.
Say y'all, I was on Roger's panel a few times and I couldn't take it. The heat. I got out the kitchen. It was hot. I was sweating. I had to get out.
He's Roger, and he's right.
Check this out.
We can live or die. You choose. I have spoken to you a lot of times in hatred and anger, and you have not heard me. Well, you had better hear me today. If you won't listen to me when I make an appeal for the Negroes because you have no concern for the Negroes, listen to me when I make an appeal for America. You claim you love America. Well, we love America. But you are driving us back and you are making a Samson out of us, and we are going to pull down the pillars. And then you think we have no right to ask for something? Is it too much to ask you to grant us human dignity? Should we be put down and shot to death for this request? If so, you can aim your guns. What the hell do you think we care about dying if you're going to deny us the right to live?
Good morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of the Roger Report Live, the best show on social media. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and take a moment out to hit that like button, because this is where you're going to find the best content on social media, and you don't have to worry about it because you're going to have me right here to make sure that happens. And if you've already been coming to the channel for a while, then go ahead and hit that like button, because you already know what time it is, and you know that this is where you're going to get the best content on social media. It's not a mystery to you at this point. You've seen other people do it. You've even seen some people do it well. But what you have not seen is anyone do it quite the way I do it. So make sure you hit that like button. And everyone, yes, everyone, take a moment out to share the content, y'all. There are so many people who need to get great content like this. And it's just a small thing you can do to help the world be a better place. And isn't that what we want at the end of the day? Don't we want the world to be a better place? Of course we do. So share the content now. Share it through your social media. Share it through word of mouth, or even text someone's phone. But do what you got to do to help spread the word. All right, folks, we are back for another interesting episode of the Roger Report Live. We got a brand new installment of a good series that we do around here. This series is called Unsupervised White People. Yes, unsupervised white people. Why? Because it's white people and they are unsupervised. It's not a huge mystery to this one. This is literally about when you got white folks that, just totally without supervision, the type of the moves they make, the lives they lead, how they get down. I mean, this unsupervised white people. And today's part of unsupervised white people, we're going to be looking at literal crash house, okay? Not just folks getting mad, not just the slang term. No, literal crash house. When they literally come crash. They're crashing into actual people, y'all. They crashing into people. So yeah, we doing literal crash house today, y'all. Literal crash house. But it's gonna be one. I'm gonna say a very, of course, if you know to hit the link, you know to hit the link. And I'm gonna say this was a very, very, very interesting link. But before we go too far into this, I want to say shout out to all the people who come through and give me views on a regular basis, because I appreciate each and every one of you all, and that's real talk. Shout out to each and every one of you all that come through, give me views on a regular basis, and make up the family right here. Appreciate you. Shout out to all the people who leave comments after the stream, because that is something to help with the algorithm. Also designed to help grow the channel, and I appreciate all y'all for doing that. Okay, I appreciate all y'all for doing that. Also, shout out to the people who go, excuse me. Shout out to all the people who hype me up every chance they get. Okay, shout out to you. I know it's limited. Okay, so shout out to people who say that hype for me. Okay, I mean, you got to say me at least once a week. Yeah, just to be right about yourself, so you can feel right about yourself. Say me at least once a week. But shout out to everybody who hype me up every chance they get, and shout out to all the people who hit that like button. Real talk, y'all. Shout out to all the people who hit like that like button, a tried and true way of supporting the channel. So if you ain't already done it today, make sure you get that in. And I'm gonna say shout out to the people who go above and beyond the call of duty. You know, the people who will throw a little something on the wood over here at the Roger Report Live. And I want to thank, okay, one of my favorites, okay, if not, well, technically my favorite. We're gonna thank my favorite, LAR Movement. He is the sponsor of today's stream. So shout out to LAR Movement. He's the sponsor of today's stream. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you for a whole lot of reasons. So shout out to LAR Movement. And that's real talk. All right. And let me get some shout outs to some of the first people to check in this morning, but y'all know how it goes. There can only be one, and that one, he's done it again, y'all. Bruce On Wayne is in the building, and he is what we like to refer to as the Highlander of today's stream. So shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Glad to have you in the building. We right behind him comes Aja Bay. Glad to see you, brother. Glad to see you. We got Boot Camp in the house. Great to have you, brother. Great to have you. The Righteous Teacher is also at the cool table this morning. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. We got Trail Billy, the one and only himself, representing as he always does. Hashtag long live habitual line steppers. Hashtag Negroes in the wilderness. Hashtag dignity over vagina. Hashtag Al Gore's babies. Hashtag Hell Hydra. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Great to see you. Great to see you. We got I'm listening here. Great to have you, brother. Great to have you. Good to see you out there. Afro Merchant is in the building. Great to have you as well. Inspired Truth Broadcast is checking in. Glad to see you, brother. Glad to see y'all. And yes, y'all, I had there goes Chef Mike in the building. Glad to see you, brother. Glad to see you. Chef Mike is in the house. All right, glad to have you. Glad to have you. Yes, y'all, and I do apologize. All of a sudden, I ended up doing a road trip all of a sudden. So, and didn't get back as quick as I would have liked, but I'm back. Road trip done. Shout out to all the people out there in Baton Rouge. Okay, went to Baton Rouge. You know, something came up, had to go to Baton Rouge. So it was cool. It was cool. I wish I would have been able to warn y'all before that happened, but y'all know how life can go sometimes. All right. Had a lot of cool things happening over the weekend, though. You know, had a lot of cool things happening over the weekend. I'll share some of that with some folks in the back, but a lot of cool stuff was happening over the weekend, you know, with friends and family and things like that. So glad to have all y'all here. Glad to be back. And we gonna get into this, y'all. Unsupervised white people. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all, I found this very interesting. I just happened to come across this, man, and you talk about interesting, okay? You talk about interesting. Shout out to you, Bronk, man. I thought for a second about stopping down on you because I had to come through like your way. I was really thinking about it, Bronk. I was really thinking about it, but I wasted too much time somewhere else. I just said wasted too much time somewhere else, you know. But as I found this particular video, y'all, I say, man, it's beautiful. Okay. Hey, shout out to Inspired Truth Broadcast. And nothing personal, man. Y'all, it was an unscheduled road trip, okay? If I'd have known I was coming down, then it would have been a little different, okay? So shout out to Inspired Truth Broadcast. He said, "Dang, you came to Louisiana to hit me up." You know, I didn't even know I was going for real, y'all. had a wonderful thing happen. Some family reunion stuff happened. It was a lot of stuff happened, man. A lot of stuff happened. Okay. Next thing you know, I'm on a road trip. So, but it's good to spend time with family. That's all I can really tell y'all. It's good to spend time with family. All right. But I'm getting on point. I'm getting on point though. Okay. Had an interesting video, y'all. Okay. Two random white women for the price of one. Okay. Two random white women for the price of one. Cause you know what? This first one, if you ask me, was enough. But as the video kept going, I was like, that's interesting. We got a second one. Shout out to you, Mr. Me Too. We on point. We on point, Mr. Me Too. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. Okay. Appreciate you. Okay. We mess around and had this beautiful milk of magnesia whole milk drinking white woman who, no matter how great of a person sometimes people can, kind of try to be and present themselves as, and she presented herself as a nurse that she came to some stranger because that stranger needed some help, y'all. She she came to a stranger because that stranger needed help. Okay? Stranger needed help. Okay? That stranger messed around, was in a car accident. Okay? Or a motorcycle accident, I should say. Now, we all know if you have an accident, it's bad enough sometimes. But if you have a bad one on a motorcycle, that could be a little worse. It is people who will never get a motorcycle just because of the crashes that other people have had on. And, they don't want to take the chance. They do not want to take the chance. Now, when you think about this, y'all, if you are involved in an accident, who would you actually want to be around you at the time of the accident? It would be great to have, say, a doctor or a nurse. Wouldn't that just be fantastic if an accident happened? Whether you was involved or not involved, you just saw it happen or whatever the case is. But don't we got this thing in our mind to say, if an accident happened, it sure be nice if a doctor or a nurse was already at the scene. Wouldn't it? You think you could get some of the best care if a doctor or nurse was already at the scene. All right. And I look at this beautiful white woman, okay? Sitting in the back of this police car, thinking about life and how these officers are bothering her. Okay? These officers are now, y'all got to understand her perspective now. You got to understand her perspective. You live in your life. Okay, there's an accident. You try to help people as best you can. And you even sustain some damage yourself because she's saying she hit the vehicle that was involved with the accident. Okay, she hit the involved vehicle. And I'm going to say shout out to all the Mexican ladies out there. Shout out to all the Mexican ladies who can drive in such a way that they can create an accident situation and disappear. Nobody even see them drive off. Shout out to all the Mexican ladies with those type of driving skills. Real talk, I didn't know they could do stuff like that. But the Mexican lady, and you know what? No offense to any of the Mexican ladies, but I'm gonna say I'm glad that at least for once, we done caught them, and they ain't talk about it was a nigga, man. Usually this is where they throw the nigga out there. Usually this is where they throw out the nigga. Some random black Negro man, maybe even a teenager sometime, who caused the accident. But no. Shout out to the Mexican ladies for holding it down. Instead of throwing out the black Negro man, she threw out a Mexican lady. I was like, wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. Now, maybe they were in a location where it wouldn't have been smart to throw out no, black men. That they definitely could have been the case. So maybe, the area they were in, it would just make more sense for it to be a Mexican lady. But shout out to that nurse, okay? Because she at least stuck around to help because, as she say, she hit the involved vehicle, okay? Shout out to Watch Get a Man Cave. He said, Roger, she's a drunk airhead. Hold on now. Watch Get a Man Cave. Everyone is innocent. Everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Okay? Everyone is innocent to proven guilty, man. Okay? Shout out to Music Man 1982. He said Mexican lady was running from ICE. Well, sometimes you got to get out of Dodge. It is what it is. Okay? ICE out there heavy and hot. They called ICE, but they heavy and hot out there. And you know what? If you a Mexican lady that just had an accident, okay, maybe this is not the condition that you want to meet law enforcement in. So I get that. But Watch in the Man Cave, you don't believe this beautiful white woman? You don't believe her? You don't believe her story? This beautiful white woman say a Mexican lady hit the guy and she hit the vehicle that was involved. Okay, so she probably was looking through her purse. All right, she got out she got out some lip balm or whatever the case is, and she was getting herself together. Maybe she was brushing her hair real quick. I don't know. You don't do a whole lot with white women hair, so she brushed her hair real quick, and she wanted to be presentable. Next thing you know, it was an accident in front of her. And this vehicle that nobody else saw, they hit the man on a motorcycle. Okay, the vehicle that nobody else saw, they hit the man on a motorcycle, and somehow that Mexican lady hit him so hard, it was flesh knocked onto her vehicle. Do y'all know how hard she must have hit that man? Now they said the dude flipped, right? They say he flipped, so there was already an indication that he got hit pretty hard. But he got hit so hard that human flesh looked like it hit her car. Yes, this wonderful white woman's car. Who wasn't involved. She hit the involved vehicle. Boy, for a lady who don't know how to talk, y'all. For a lady who don't know how to talk, she came with it right away. Yes, I hit the involved vehicle. Sound like she know a little something about talking. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't saying she no genius, but she may know a little something about talking. Okay, she made that clear. I hit the involved vehicle, saying that they had an accident and then we had a separate accident. Okay, because I hit somebody too now, but it had nothing to do with dude on that motorcycle. Because I'm a nurse and I can look and I can assess he pretty messed up right now. He's pretty messed up right now. And I ain't taking on none of that. Okay. I see dude. I help dude. I ain't got nothing to do with all that now. Now that Mexican lady, if you can find that Mexican lady and charge me for what I did to her, more power to you. But the guy on that bike, no, I ain't got nothing to do with that one. Okay. Shout out to Buggy. He said that's some good looking snow, Raj. Well, you know what? As I was looking at that snow, I'm gonna tell you this. I wasn't expecting a meltdown. I was not. I thought the weather was rolling real nice and smooth, and we just caught a great snowfall, and I thought it was gonna hold out. I really did. Okay. I didn't expect any form of meltdown. But let's give us some props for keeping it together, y'all. Let's give us some props for keeping it together. Now, she didn't cry like I would expect a lot of folks to do. Okay, a lot of women who are in this situation, I would expect the tears. But she was on some, I ain't got nothing to cry about because I hit the Mexican lady. I ain't got nothing to cry about. I hit the Mexican lady. I hit the involved vehicle. I did not hit the man on that bike. I see him broke up in the streets. I tried to help him. And but that ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Yeah, me and this Mexican lady gonna get into it though. We gonna get into it, y'all. Now, I wonder how y'all feel as black men that we see something like this go down. And we don't see our name thrown out there. We don't see it was some black guy. You know, it wasn't thrown out there. Now, that type of situation is thrown out there a lot of times. But it didn't happen this time. Okay? So I'm going to say shout out to this quote-unquote beautiful white woman for not blaming on a Negro. Okay? Now, she could have just been in a very bad place to blame a Negro. Or it could have been she just had Mexican women on her mind for whatever reason. I don't know which one it was. But it was cool to not be involved in this, y'all. It was cool. It was very cool for me to see this go down, see the white woman panic, and she don't throw no random black Negro in the story. That was pretty cool. I ain't saying it's cool for the Mexican. Well, the Mexican women. I'm not saying it's cool on y'all end. On my end, it was cool because we didn't get thrown in there. Now, on your end, you're probably offended. And I can understand why. Okay? I can understand why. Now, why would she do that to the Mexican lady? What y'all done did to her? Okay? What did the Mexican women do to her that she coming at y'all like that? Now, I don't know what her hair color is, y'all. Because I see this gray. Okay? Or this white, people would say. I don't know if that's her real hair or not. Maybe she was a blonde and maybe she just so old that she kind of losing it, you know, but she trying to kind of look younger. Or I don't know. Maybe she is a young woman. I don't know. And maybe the stress of life is really hitting her real hard. Okay. I don't know, man. Because I think she might be in her 40s. You know, y'all know white people and the way they age sometimes, it can be tricky. Okay. Because truth be told, she could be as young as her 30s or 20s. She may just look like she in her 40s as I look at this face, okay? But I give her credit. She did not shed a tear that I saw. I don't remember her shedding no tear. So it is what it is. And she called everybody dumb, y'all. She called everybody dumb because she just said, y'all gonna accept this story about the Mexican lady. Now, what is going on in her mind at the time? Okay, I didn't hit this guy. I done hit him pretty hard. I'm a nurse, so I can't just cut out on this situation. I'm pretty sure the thought to, hit and run probably came across her mind. But, there was a couple witnesses here and there. So, hit and run wasn't going to necessarily work out for her. And then she's a nurse. If she's going to do anything to save her license, I'm pretty sure she can't just leave the scene. And you done broke up the motorcycle driver. This is not going to work well for you at all. So you can't just dash on it. Because I'm pretty sure her being an actual nurse, if she did a hit and run of any kind, I'm pretty sure her license would have somehow got suspended. That's just my guess. I'm not saying I know the procedure. I'm just thinking they would have had to suspend her. Like, you a nurse, you caused injury, and then you just left. That's not going to work out well. Okay? All right. Shout out to Afro Merchant. Okay? He said she was drunk and some Mexican lady cut in front of her. Some Mexican lady cut in front of her early in the day. And she just wasn't going to let it go, huh? She is not going to let it go. Now, y'all, I'm going to say y'all this. If y'all send any cash apps, I'll get them later on if other people join the show and I get a moment to run out to go. I got to go to the car to get my device where the cash apps are coming in. So I'm doing this cash app blind for the moment, just so y'all know. Okay, just so y'all know. Okay, but if we get a few more guests in and I got time to run out and go get it, I'll go do that. Okay. All right. Now, this could very well be true. Maybe some Mexican woman cut her off. She, hit her with the middle finger, but didn't get her the way she wanted to get her. So guess what? Now that I'm over here causing harm, allegedly. We're going to bring her back up. She lucky I don't remember her plate, because if I remember her plate, I'd throw that out there. Real talk. You know? Now, y'all, this is a white woman moving like white women move. You okay? I didn't see her doing anything that I would take as unusual. Okay? Not saying that people get in accidents every day. Not saying that you really hurt some person on a motorcycle every day. But I've said before, you know, collectively, because there's some good white people out there. We can't act like ain't no good white people out there. We ain't gonna do that. And I don't like false narratives, so I ain't gonna say it ain't no good white people out there. But I have said as a collective, they like to kill, steal, and destroy. Now, she got herself in this situation. What did she immediately look to do? I ain't taking on none of this. Okay? I ain't taking none of this on. This is not my accident. I was not involved. Heck, I hit the involved vehicle, but I wasn't involved in this at all. Yeah, did y'all mentally, she created a block in her mind. Just, it was immediate. Can y'all imagine you driving your car? Now, I'm going to assume that at this particular point, she probably looked away. We all look away at sometimes, I'm sure. We look away for a moment. We drop something. We go down and grab it real quick, or, you know, something you want out the glove compartment, but you want it right now. Okay, something in that armrest, you trying to pull it out because you want it right now. You ain't set your music the way your music's supposed to be set while you ride, and you want to get that straight right now. I am not saying people do not look away. Okay, I know I've looked away a time or two. All right, I definitely know that. I just try to be better about it, making sure I don't. Okay, because bad stuff can happen when you look away. And I'm pretty sure she just looked away. Probably just a little too long. She look up again, you know, either she done hit this guy on the motorcycle or the phantom Mexican lady hit the guy on the motorcycle. But see, in her mind, yeah, and everybody else mind, I'm pretty sure y'all thinking she hit the guy on the motorcycle. Okay, but in her mind, the Mexican lady hit the guy on the motorcycle. She built and constructed that immediately. Okay, and she wasn't letting go. And you know what? That was strong to her. Y'all got to look at the power of perception. The power of perception. In her mind, a Mexican lady hit the guy on a motorcycle, and all she did was get off to help the guy because she's a quote unquote good citizen. And if you looked at how she moved, all the questions that were asked to her, and the responses she gave, she moved just as if a Mexican lady hit the guy on a motorcycle and drove off. She never acted like that wasn't the truth. So she made up a story. She chose to believe that story, and she believed it to her core. So much that she was getting irritated with these officers because she like, well, y'all go mess up my license. Not she gonna mess her license up. Not I had a situation that could possibly damage my license situation. No. Y'all gonna mess up my license. All right. And she was offended that you weren't gonna even try to find that Mexican lady. Did y'all peep that? She was offended that they weren't gonna even look for the Mexican lady. How dare they not take my word? Okay? How dare them? I told them I was first on the scene. I saw the Mexican lady. All right? Heck, I hit the Mexican lady. Now, y'all need to go find that Mexican lady. Okay? Shout out to Afro Merchant. He said, it's amazing the level of lying that they're willing to do. She convinced herself. Look, man, when women come up with these lies they like to hold on to, these things become powerful to them. All right. More powerful than reality. All right. More power than reality. Because she moved and talked as if this Mexican woman actually existed from that point forward. All right. It was strong on her. Now, I am going to say that I do believe a lot of black women watch white women and they try the same type of stuff and they get upset if they can't get away with what the white woman can get away with. A lot of them expect to get away with the same stuff a white woman can get away with. And until they reach that measure, it's a problem for them. But see, this is about unsupervised white people today. So I'm kind of showing somewhat of a source of where it comes from. She did not speak anything less than confidently about how this Mexican woman caused this accident and was able to speed out of there and not even be pursued. And she was upset about that. She did not appreciate the lack of fine police work that they were doing. Because in her mind, that was not fine police work. They sitting there talking to her, looking at flesh on her vehicle, or at least possible flesh on her vehicle. They're looking at the damage to her vehicle versus the damage to the motorcycle. And they putting two and two together where she say, it ain't gonna make, two and two gonna make 18, okay? Ain't gonna make 4, it's gonna make 18. And she wasn't trying to hear that. And honestly, I do think, her viewpoint that these guys are questioning her, I think she was a little bit taken aback by that. I'm white, you white, this supposed to be all right. Look, I'm a nurse. You ain't supposed to be hemming me up. We on the same team. And that's how she truly came off to me. She looking at them like, hold on, fella, same team. What are you doing? Okay. If anything, y'all supposed to go find me a nigga to blame this on. Or at least go pursue that Mexican woman that I told y'all about and just say y'all couldn't find her. That's all I really need you to do. Okay? Look, we white. We understand how things go sometimes. We cannot blame me. I am a white woman. I should be protected at all times. As a matter of fact, you're supposed to be the man that's protecting me. Number one, I'm a white woman, you're a white man. Implied protection is supposed to already be there. Now, you are a law enforcement officer. You literally got a job to protect and serve. Why are you not protecting and serving me? I'm a white woman. Now, one of us go missing, y'all looking for us over the whole county, okay? Y'all got all types of alerts out there so we can be found, which is what you're supposed to do, because I'm a white woman. Okay? We supposed to be put on TV and made out as if we're the most beautiful thing out there, no matter what, because we're white women. All right? Y'all supposed to go out there, steal goods, change laws, and whatever you can, just so I can have some type of advantage somewhere in life. And you over here tripping by the accident? Okay? You over here tripping by the accident? Okay? Now, granted, it was a little bit of an accident, but hey, I'm a white woman. I helped. I was a quote unquote first responder. All right? And she literally treated them like, man, this nigga ain't dead. Why are you tripping? Okay. Now maybe she didn't say it like that in her mind. Maybe she didn't say it like that in her mind. Maybe she said this dude ain't dead. Cause I don't know the guy that on the motorcycle was black. So maybe she in her mind said, this dude ain't dead. Y'all tripping. Okay. Shout out to Bruce on. He's like, does she have pretty feet? I don't know. I didn't get a good chance to look at her feet. She had a young outfit on. I'll say that though. She had what I expected to be on a young woman. So, maybe she does keep her feet pretty right now. Okay. Bruce on he say, I can save her, Roger. What's her booking info? I don't know if you can save her, brother. I don't know if you can save her. Okay. Now, you may be able to establish something real good when after this is all over with. But y'all, as you look through the video, if y'all would have just kind of looked at the confused face she was giving when they talking about what actually happened and what she's gonna actually have to deal with, she was giving like such confused looks, like a real Mexican woman had been there at some particular point in time. Now, to me, this is totally usual because this is how I expect white people to move. You didn't catch me red-handed. Heck, you didn't catch me at all. Okay? I ain't gonna help you catch me neither. All right? I ain't gonna help you catch me neither. We all right. Okay? I'm making good out of this situation. All right? Making good. Now, with all this stuff that happened, y'all, okay? With all this stuff that happened, she's still rolling pretty good as a white woman, if you want to think about it, okay? If you want to think about it, she's still rolling pretty good as a white woman, all right? Now, you may say, well, why you say that, Roger? Well, let's take a quick look. What was the charges? Vehicular homicide, y'all. She got charged with a vehicular homicide. She got charged with a DUI. She got charged with a possession of a controlled substance. Okay? That's a good amount. That's a good amount of charges. If you if you a black man, there's some tough charges to deal with. That's all I'm gonna say. If you're a black man, there's some tough charges to deal with. But this is the power of a white woman. Okay. Okay. The power of a white woman, she got all that. 6 years. Okay. All that for 6 years. Do y'all see the level of chaos she's allowed to create? All that, nothing but 6 years. If that ain't batting 1,000, I don't know what is. Okay. Now, I didn't say it before, y'all. I love America, but I understand America got problems. Okay. We definitely be dealing with some problems in this particular country. All right. They definitely be doing us bogus in this particular country. I love my country, but I'm not a fool. I know how this country get down. Okay. And when it comes down to it, she had the, as Paul Mooney would say, the complexion for the protection. Okay. She had it. Technically, she has it. Okay. And okay, in 6 years, she back in the game. Think about that, y'all. In 6 years, she back in the game. Okay. Not only is she back in the game in 6 years, she can do stuff to get that sentence lowered. I'm pretty sure she can get on a work program, to do half the time or whatever the case is. She gonna be all right, y'all. She gonna be all right. All right. And it's a lot of people who think white folks be having problems. Do that sound like a problem? Do that sound like a problem, y'all? You can get out here, be reckless, not even own up to the fact that you was being reckless. All right. You just let people do what they do. You tell them it's a whole Mexican lady out there somewhere. Okay. That's how the women see it, y'all. It's a whole Mexican lady out there somewhere. Not a half of a Mexican lady. It's a whole Mexican lady out there somewhere. She driving around with a damaged vehicle, y'all. She been damaged in 2 spots, too. Where she hit the guy on the motorcycle, and then where she was hit by the uninvolved vehicle, which would be this white woman's vehicle. But she only got 6 years, so cool. I figure she might do 3, and she back out there. Okay. Shout out to Chef Mike's Roundtable. He say she was not expecting to get her soup snatched. Okay. Maria was supposed to get her taco taken. Just like that. Just like that. You know? And my thing is, this is why a lot of white women can act so uncontrollable, because people don't really care what they do. Now, I understand even in this particular situation, the woman was arrested. You know, she had her, I don't know if it's a plea deal or she was tried or whatever the case is. She might have been tried. I don't know, because she wasn't going. Or maybe somebody got to her and talked to her a little bit and said, just calm down. We're going to get you the best thing we can do. And maybe she just did a deal and accepted that 6 years. It's hard to tell with her. She looked like she just won't listen. She looked like, well, she came off, as I should say, as a person who really won't listen. But I guess if you get the right man to talk to her, maybe that would calm her down. So she might have had a daddy that said, hey, look, you still my baby girl. Okay, you're going to always be my baby. But you out here messing up. So as your father, I'm going to tell you to relax, take this deal. Okay. It ain't nothing but 6 years. Okay. 6 years to go by. That's just high school and a half. Okay. It's high school and a half. You'll be fine in 6 years. And you know what? You're probably not going to do the 6 years. We're going to get you in the program. You're going to be out in 3. We're going to get you half the time. Just go ahead and take it. That's what I would assume happened in her particular life, y'all. Okay. That's what I would assume. Not necessarily saying that's the truth. But, you know, when you got a daddy to talk to, your daddy can calm you down. Your daddy can relax you a little bit. Okay? Daddy can make things a little bit better than what you about to make them. If you trust your daddy. Okay? If you trust your daddy. Hey, you think about it, Chef Mike. High school and a half ain't so bad. That little 4 years went by, y'all. Y'all, once we did the 4 years, now you understand how quickly 4 years can go by. Okay. You know, it's a little time. It's significant, but you know, in comparison to life, that's gonna shoot past real quick. You know, high school and a half ain't nothing. Okay. Now I can't say college because you never know how college will go. Sometimes you could be in there, some 2 years you're out of there. Got your associates, you go. Some folks they want that bachelor. A lot of folks gonna get that master's, and we got some that even go after that PhD. So we don't know what that's gonna be. But yeah, high school and a half, yeah, okay, should be all right. Should be all right. Now, y'all, we got this other woman who was at the ripe age of 19 years old. Okay, we got another beautiful white woman out here, y'all. Okay, because of all the tension with black women, all the white women get to be beautiful, at least for the day. But I'm gonna try to make them all beautiful even in the future, y'all. Okay, we got us another beautiful white woman, a young beautiful white woman. Okay, 19 years old, I believe. and she needed to be saved. As I'm looking at that car flipped upside down, that's what I'm looking at right now, y'all. Ambulance, cop car on one side, ambulance on the other, and that other vehicle is completely turned over. Okay, but it's okay because it's a white woman. All right, and we know that white woman didn't mean to do this. Okay, this is a white woman. She didn't mean to do this. Okay, she did not mean to do this. All right. Now, maybe she doesn't know any life-saving procedures. Maybe she's not good at medical like that, where she didn't hop out the car and start treating people. But she only 19. Okay? She's only 19. I can understand and I accept that the 19-year-old didn't get out there treating the victims, okay? See, you get your little bit older white woman, she gonna treat the victims of these terrible situations that just happen to pop up while she happened to be in the area. Okay. You know, we got a 19-year-old that, hey, at least she admitted she was involved, y'all. That's all I can say. At least the 19-year-old admitted she was involved. All right. Now, I understand the word accountability could mean a lot to folks. Okay. I do understand the word accountability can mean a whole lot to folks. All right. All right. Shout out to GoPay. Is the link not up, y'all? Is that what's going on? The link is not up? Because I could have sworn I put that link up, but I see link. So GoPay might be asking about the link. I'm gonna make sure it's up, y'all. I kind of ain't the link pinned. Okay, yeah. Matter of fact, because my main man checked it out. Okay, appreciate you, Mr. Me Too. He made sure the link was working, so y'all should be good. All right. Now I do understand everybody don't come up real quick. You might not want to come up too quick when it's about these white folks. Okay. And I'm joking, y'all. I'm joking. But shout out to Justice Rain. Okay. Let's see what Justice Rain is saying. He said, I was in the honors program from junior high to high school. So I've seen the dysfunction of these, I'm going to say these bees, okay, from day one. They are lazier and more entitled than you think they are. Okay, shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. You had to bear with him. You had to bear with him as a child, huh? I understand, my brother. I understand. All right. And shout out to Gold P. He said, no, sir. I was speaking to Link in the chat. Well, shout out to Link in the chat. Real talk, y'all. Shout out to Link in the chat because we do got a link that be in the chat. So shout out to Link in the chat. Okay. All right. Now, yes, I do agree with you, brother. These women can be super, super duper entitled. And I think even in this particular situation, we saw where we had a white woman who's a nurse that was, it was an afterthought. Like it was like it should have been a far gone conclusion that she's supposed to walk away with no problems. That's the way she was moving. It should be a far gone conclusion that she should walk away with no problems. So yeah, the entitlement is real. Now, the 19-year-old, she at least admitted she was involved in an accident. You know, so I can give her some level of credit there. She at least admitted that she was there, she was involved. Because the white woman, well, the older white woman didn't admit it at all. Okay. And in her mind, it was that Mexican woman. But at least the 19-year-old said, yeah, okay, I did do this. And not that she was going to say she did anything wrong, because she said she stopped. You okay? But I probably did do 20-30 getting out there, but I did stop. But I'm going to slow down real quick because we got Turnaround in the house, and I'm going to let Turnaround do his thing. What's going on, Turnaround? How you doing, brother?
Everything's good, sir. Everything's good here. I'm just here to protect the Mexican women. You know, all these Latinos. I'm teaching Latinas how to drive in the United States, so I have to make sure I'm protecting them because it is some of my handiwork. But yeah, these white women, they actually, yeah, they can get away with a whole lot of stuff. Them white tears, boy, they can do magic. So you have to protect yourself. Mexican women, protect yourself because these white women will make things up, will have things happening that they wouldn't even imagine could happen. All they got to do is start crying, and people lose their mind.
Okay. So this is your fault, technically, huh?
I mean, I'm not taking the blame, but possibly it could be possibly because I'm teaching these women how to drive and I'm getting them out here in the streets.
So you let that Mexican lady hit that man on that motorcycle, huh?
It's possible. It's possible. If she ain't got no papers, she gotta get out of the scene. She can't get caught up. ICE is coming.
So you teaching you teach non-existent Mexican women to hit people on motorcycles and take off because they ain't got their papers? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I'm trying to keep these big booty Latinas in the country. I'm looking out for the other brothers.
Well, I'm gonna say next time you make up a Mexican woman, make her with some papers, okay? Make sure she ain't gotta just be dipped out from Dodge like that, because a white woman may do her bogus, okay? All right. Y'all, we got Swerve coming to the panel, okay? We got Swerve here, so I'm gonna turn it over to Swerve. What's good, my brother? What's good?
What's up, Roger? What's up, Roger? Welcome back.
Thank you, sir. Glad to be back.
Welcome back, brother. Peace to the panel, peace to everybody up in the chat. This was it wasn't too wild because it's nothing that we never seen before. But I just have to come in the defense of the white ladies and say, how could you not blame them? If everybody's scared of your man, shit, wouldn't you I would be running the same thing, you know? I ain't do it. And I just let William Cartwright take everything up for me. But thank God there was some white cops on the scene that know how white women get down, and they was able to get through everything. But her blaming it on the hub, I really didn't understand it. So maybe I could break it down. Was the nurse saying that she hit somebody that hit the motorcycle?
There you go.
Oh, okay, all right. So she put a whole nother person up in the mix, even though all the paint is on her car. Somebody else hit the motor. Okay.
She say, I hit the involved vehicle, which is terminology that a cop would probably even use, saying that I hit the vehicle that was actually involved in the accident that you now see. I hit her. So I had a second accident. She hit them, but somehow I didn't stop in time. And then I hit that Mexican woman who drove off because she did a hit and run. So y'all really need to be chasing her.
Okay.
Because she worse than me. She done hurt the man. She done severely hurt the man. Well, I had to do some work on him myself. And she drove off. So she did a hit and run and she done hurt somebody. Y'all need to be looking for that Mexican woman.
Yeah, they do. But I want to just say, I don't think, like being a driver, and I don't know if it's just New York, I don't think women should be driving, period.
Whoa.
Definitely. I don't think they don't take accountability for nothing. They text all day on the phone. I was literally on the highway and seeing a chick watching a movie in the car.
That is not a good setup.
They be doing their makeup while they driving. They don't, bro. They dangerous behind that wheel, man. And I want to just say, not all women, but hey, we don't got time to pick out who's who and who's that. So if they not passing like some real technical driving tests, I don't really think they should be driving.
Well, I'm gonna say I've heard guys say stuff like that in the past, but they've also been able to get good reason behind why they're saying things like that. I'm a person that I'm not the type to say take anybody's rights if they take anybody's right if they're not convicted of a crime. You know what I'm saying? I'm not quick to say that, but I'll say I understand that sentiment, and I just think women need to just be more responsible. I'm cool with them driving, just be more responsible, and the system got to actually care when they do something wrong. Because I'm thinking, had I got hit up with these types of charges, the longest sentence was 6 years between these two women, y'all. Because the other one only got 3 years. She got 6 years. I don't think I'm getting 6 years.
When I try to correct one of my exes, she said she's just multitasking when she put on her makeup while she's driving. It's multitasking. She got abilities.
She got superhuman abilities, huh?
Yeah. That's what she told me. I tried to correct her. I said, "Oh, baby, you shouldn't be doing that." She was like, No, I'm just multitasking. I can do this.
I'm not saying people can't multitask, but we should probably be a little bit more careful of which tasks we want to do at the same time. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Shout out to Chef Mike Roundtable. He said this lady should never be able to drive again. I agree with that. Now, that's probably good for everybody if she can't drive again. But let's keep it real, y'all. She gonna be driving again. She gonna do them 6 years and probably only 3. She gonna get back out in them streets. She gonna go get her license updated, and she gonna go get her nursing license updated, and she probably gonna be good to go. Okay, she's nothing but a white woman that had a small fender bender in her mind. Okay, that's a small fender bender. We can get past all that. We can definitely get past all that. Now, shout out to Black Rule Strikes. He said, I saw a woman doing her makeup in her car in front of me. Ran right into the guy on the motorcycle. It was weird because I visualized her hitting the man just seconds before it happened. Okay? I'm going to say shout out to Black Rule for that. And I'm going to say maybe you simply visualize what's common sense to the average person. At least to the average guy, if you in there doing makeup while we moving. Now, I understand it's going to be some women that they're going to hold up traffic a little bit because they're going to try to do some makeup at the light. But why you applying makeup while you're moving? That's look, man, I ain't said I ain't never did nothing wrong, y'all. I saw myself not paying attention to driving, and I was on top of a bridge, and I realized had I hit the bridge or went over something, I'm dead. The location I was, and I was like, I'm gonna pay more attention to these streets, okay? So I can't say I ain't never did it before, but I understood when I caught myself. Nothing bad happened to me, but I just thought about it, like, man, if I'd have just swerved over a little bit of something, I'd be dead right now. I got to pay attention when I'm driving because it just makes sense. Okay, I ain't saying none of us perfect, but it does make sense. All right. But shout out to these women that can quote unquote multitask. But let me turn it over to of pink toes and watermelons. Okay, has graced us with his presence. Let's see where he wants to go with this. Go ahead, my brother.
Happy sunrise, everybody.
What'd you say? Happy what day?
I said happy sunrise.
Oh, happy sunrise, brother. Happy sunrise.
Yeah. Welcome back, brother. What happened, man? You got
I can't hear him, bro.
Yeah, you broke up.
What happened, Roger? Welcome back.
Oh, well, thank you. No, everything was good, y'all. I spent time with family and friends, so everything was good. But a short notice road trip came up, and I took it. So that's why. If I would have known I was doing all that, I would have told y'all Friday. But I ain't know.
I'm kind of suspicious because maybe I thought the three little boys hit you up. You talk too goddamn much.
They ain't got me in replacement with no clone yet. I'm still here.
Are we sure that we're not in an episode of they cloned Roger?
No, I'm still here for now.
All right. Because you come back and you're trying to blame the white woman. You just came back and you're trying to blame them fake toes.
Oh shit. He
Am
got
I
a good
blaming
point
them?
there. He got a good point there.
I'm blaming the white woman, or I'm just showcasing the white women.
You know this guy? He been missing for 5 days. As soon as he came back, he wants to attack the fake toes.
Yeah, the pink toes trying to blame the Mexican women.
All I'm gonna say is that's crazy. That's crazy.
So is that so? You're telling me that I cannot go in the burbs or drive my motorcycle and not getting hit by a car that's being driven by a DUI white woman?
No, that's what we telling you.
Jesus Christ! Is that what Sally's doing in the burbs?
Look, man, these precious white women do stuff sometimes. Okay, that's all this is. They do stuff sometimes, and we just call them doing stuff. And in this particular situation, well, I can't say there was no one to blame because she did blame the Mexican woman, so she did go through the trouble of blaming somebody that wasn't even there. But I mean, this is a situation where this is white women doing white women stuff. Okay, that's all it is. This is white women doing white women stuff. It's not about the fact that they had accidents. Everybody have accidents. It's just how they approach having the accident. That's all. So, and they might have did it with pretty toes too. She might actually have pretty toes. Now, I'm looking at her face. I don't know how true it is, but it's possible she made bad decisions with pretty toes. I'm just saying it's possible. Okay, it's possible.
Sally's actually acting up.
Hey man,
that's why last a month or two ago they had an accident on the highway. I witnessed it. 2 cars, opposite direction.
Oh, that's tough.
I'm asking myself, how did y'all end up? How did this car end up in this direction? Because we're headed east of highway, and there are no red lights. No red lights, no turning, nothing. Just exits. And this car is head to head with the other one. Also, how you ended up here?
Yeah, that's different. How did that happen?
I done seen some accidents, man. I don't know enough physics to explain how they got a car in a particular spot. So I know it gets wild out there. It gets wild.
You guessed it. White woman.
Well, it's never gonna surprise you when it's a white woman, because I'm gonna say they probably, you know what I'm saying, based on how entitled they feel. If I had to guess who follows the rules of the road the least, I probably would guess them, and that's just real talk, because them and accountability can be so far apart. But we got Bronson that came up, so let's let Bron get in. What's happening, brother?
What up? What up? Welcome back, Roger.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Was
Glad to
worried
be
about
back.
you for a little bit, but glad to hear everything good. Just spending time with the family. So,
Yeah, well, appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that.
what up, chat? What up, panel? White women, man, they just terrible drivers, man. I live out here with the good old white folks. I live out here with the good old white folks, and thankfully, I'm a defensive driver. I don't just really count on people around me to be driving right. I'm always checking my reviews. I'm always checking, all around me. And man, when I tell you just the level of attention that white women in general pay to the road, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I'm the type of guy who drives 2 car lengths behind the car in front of me, just in case they slamming on their brakes. I want to have enough time to stop. And again, I'm always checking my reviews to see the car behind me. White women who drive so close up on your behind, man. Like they trying to run you off the road. I just like, man. And I'm constantly veering over to the other lane just to let these white women pass. And another thing about them is they drive, they goofy ass husbands buy them the biggest trucks that they don't even know how to handle.
That part right there.
Oh
That
my
part
goodness,
right there.
man. Not only can they not drive, but they in the biggest vehicles, man. The Yukons, the Denali's, like they just
The F1 250. The F1 250.
Yeah. Yeah, they hustle like, here you go, and yeah, they can't drive at all, man. I'm not surprised about the behavior of the white women in this video. I think that's very natural for a white woman. A lot of them grew up with dad getting them out of all the trouble that they've ever been in. They call dad, dad got them. All right, that's just the reflection of that. So it doesn't surprise me that when she hit the guy on a motorcycle, she didn't want to take any accountability. She's never had to, right? And then the teenager, same situation. They really don't have to take accountability because society hasn't made them. I'm glad to see that the nurse got 6 years and they still stuck 3 years on their girl. I was kind of surprised about that. But again, I'm not surprised about their reaction to hitting someone, the other lady killing someone even. It's just normal white women behavior, if you ask me. So I'm gonna let my plane there for now.
But honestly, Rod, that's why I was saying like I can't put a color on the driving skills. I think it's just women, period. But white women just get away with it. You know what I mean? White women get a lot more leeway because that Cameron Rikisha ain't no joke either, B.
I just want to say I'm shocked to hear all these different opinions about white women's driving. that obviously guys think they're kind of dangerous out here. I just didn't know that was going on.
They are,
Pretty
man.
bad, bro. They are bad, bro. I'm telling you, they are bad. If you're not a defensive driver, a white woman is gonna hit you one day.
You guys are just you just falling into stereotypes, quote unquote.
Matter of fact, bro. Back in February, I got hit by a white woman. I was coming down the road and she was literally turning out of a Taco Bell and hit the back of my truck. And I got out of the car and she was like, "You ran right into me." I was like, "Miss, are you serious?" I was like, "Are you out your mind?" It's like, first and foremost, there was a camera right there. And then there's a camera right there on the traffic light. You literally pulled out of the Taco Bell parking lot and hit me. And then got out and straight told me, like, you ran right into me. So, man, I'm telling you, white women don't take no accountability. Now, thankfully, I did get an insurance claim out of that. And I won the insurance claim. But, yeah, they don't take any accountability when they hit you either, bro.
So you saying she hit the back of your vehicle with the front
Yeah,
of her
she hit the back of my vehicle. Yeah, she hit the back of she hit the back. She hit the back left of my vehicle with the front left of her vehicle because she was turning out of a Taco Bell as I was driving towards a red light.
Y'all, it's sad when you get a panel and guys just out here accusing random white women of anything. Okay,
Yep.
That white woman didn't do nothing.
That's what she said. She said I ran right into her, bro. She said you ran right. I said what?
If the white woman said you did it, you did it. Okay,
man.
Shout out to Black Cool Strikes. He say, don't forget about that ultimate Alicia Shark. That chick is a road demon.
Oh yeah.
I was just about to say, I was trying to be polite, man, but I was going to say I have done 7 years of EMS work. The most dangerous people in a car is a black woman in a Nissan Altima and a white woman in a fucking BMW, bro. I don't know what it is about them two cars. Soon as the women get them two cars, their ability to handle how to drive, it just goes down, man. It's just like
bro,
soon as she get behind that Nissan Altima, bro, all her driving skills drop by 5 points, bro. It's a dangerous world out here, man.
You know who else is dangerous? That Subaru Sarah.
Oh, Subaru Sarah. Oh yeah,
with
man.
I don't know. With the pink hair and the glasses. Oh man, and the 13 tattoos. Boy, them dangerous. They all. That's why I said they all dangerous, B. They all dangerous.
I'm telling you.
It's just you.
Dangerous,
It's
man.
just you know the white girl ain't gonna get the time she's supposed to get, but they all dangerous.
All right, let me say
I gotta agree.
Shout out to all my panelists. But I'm gonna say right now, y'all, the Roger Report Live had no idea these guys were gonna come up here with these stereotypes and blaming white women for all this stuff that I don't know nothing about that they talking about. Okay, so the Roger Report Live, guests are allowed to give their own opinions that ain't got nothing to do with the Roger Report Live. And I'm gonna say shout out to the Great Black Reset. He say white women passion at its finest. It's kind of singing that way. It kind of
Oh yeah,
singing
they
that
getting
way.
it. They gonna get it today. They gonna get it today. Reset. If you want to go up there and protect the white woman, you come on ahead, man. But they gonna get it today.
I'm telling you, boy. He saw that Spider-Man movie, boy. He was like, I gotta protect that white man. I saw that Spider-Man movie. It changed his heart, boy. It changed his heart, boy. That white man was on tight. He was like, that's some good old goddamn white pussy right there, boy. I gotta protect that. I understand, bro. I understand.
All right, I'm gonna turn this over to Inspired Truth Broadcast. We're gonna see what he do with it. Inspired, you got your work cut out for you, but go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Well, first off, welcome back, Raj. It's good to have you back. Most definitely we missed you. Shout out to the panel, shout out to the chat. Oh man, basically, I don't know if you saw what I saw here, but here's what the way I saw this. This is how this went down, at least with the nurse there. Like, first, she came up with this elaborate cockamamie, racially charged story. And the racially charged story didn't work. Then she came with the white tears because they didn't believe the story. And then the white tears didn't work. And after the white tears didn't work and the cockamamie story didn't work, then she turned to anger. She got mad. Don't you know you're supposed to be on code? So what if there was flesh on the car? Like, so what if there was witnesses and evidence saying that she had done this? You guys are supposed to be on code. You're not supposed to actually do police work. What are you doing here doing police work? Your job? You actually have the nerve to do your job? How dare you? You're supposed to let that slide. It's supposed to be a free pass, and it's supposed to be let the white woman go. And so that's what I saw there. Those are the elements that were involved. And with the young one, I guess she was just too young to come up with a cockamamie story. I guess you have to have some age on you. You have to have some life experience to come up with that.
She ain't lived long
You
enough.
know, you know. She even said. She even told the cop. She said, "Nigga, I know your wife. Ask her about me." She
Oh,
talking about.
I was like,
oh
was that
yeah,
some
she
type of
played the
threat?
network game.
Was that some type of threat? I know your
Nah,
wife.
she was trying to
I
use
think
that
she
I
was
know your
trying to
wife
say,
card.
I know your wife. We all in this together. What you do? What you
Help
doing? I know your
help a
wife. We
nigga.
good.
Help a wigger out.
All right, now I'm gonna say this real quick, y'all. Now, Friday, before I went off air, I got some last minute cash apps. And one last minute cash app I didn't get to say on air. I didn't see it till after we was off air because y'all dropped a couple things right before I got off. And I got to give a special shout out. Now, y'all, my device that I get the cash apps from, it's in the car right now. I'm going to be real with y'all. It's in the car. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how things go, I might try to slide out and find it, but I'm going to have to look for it. So I may not even say nothing until tomorrow, okay? But shout out to Roastmaster One. That last cash app that came in that Friday that I didn't get to say on air was Roastmaster One, dropped $100.57. So shout out to you for the 57-cent Trail Bentley tax. And shout out to Roastmaster One dropping $100 as the show was coming to a close. Now, I'm going to say, I thank you very much for that $100. And y'all ain't never no bad time to drop no money. So I ain't even tripping that I didn't get to say it while I was on air. But it's always a good time to send Roger some money. He ain't gonna never say he got it at a bad time. That ain't gonna never happen. You ain't got to worry about that. So shout out to Roastmaster One. I thank you very much, my brother. I thank you very much. Real talk. Now, getting back to these white women, okay? I'm gonna say this, y'all. To me, it kind of gave off as, I have no way to connect the nigga to this. So they had to dole some quote unquote level of justice out. But I'm gonna say this. The 19-year-old who at least admitted she was involved in an accident, who claimed she came to a stop, but maybe got up to 20, 30 miles as she was going back into traffic, the way she claimed it, and created a bad situation over there. Now that white man neck got broke, and that white woman died.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, wow, she severely hurt the guy and killed the woman, and she only got 3 years. Now, you do a little something in prison and get half your time. A year and a half, she back in the game. What kind of justice they be getting?
Well,
I'm gonna need something like that.
that is like kind of like vehicle manslaughter and stuff like that. You don't really if it showed that you didn't do it on purpose and you wasn't drunk and all of that stuff, I think you do get light charges, especially if you're showing remorse and stuff like that. I definitely do. I can't say for sure. You know, Uru is he's the resident lawyer for us right now, so I might have to run it past him. But yeah, vehicle homicide. When they hit you with that one, that's when yeah, yo behind his grass.
You know what? I'm gonna go back and look at what she get hit with, because I thought that was impressive that she only got 3 years. You know,
Yeah,
you
and
kill
she was
somebody
under
and,
the influence or something too. Like they did do like a blood test or whatever, and saw
yeah,
this. Yeah,
So the 19-year-old, she was under.
right.
yeah.
I know the nurse was toe up.
I mean, but they did say with the charges though, they did charge the 19-year-old with being under a substance. You know, she was under a controlled substance at the time. That was part of her charges, and she only got 3 years.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back
And
and pull
Roger,
up the actual charges again. Go ahead,
you know that
Tyrone.
if 10 years ago, they without all these cameras, see, this is what's messing them up. If 10 years ago, that white woman would have probably got away with it because they would have just said, "Oh, well, with some," but all these cameras out here
Mm.
are messing these white women up. The cops can't refuse when they got it on camera. So, and the government has all these cameras out there. So there's just too many cameras to let these white women go like they used to.
Yeah, shout out to the body cameras.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly, and I am, you know what I'm saying. I have said myself, these cameras are just the cameras gonna change the records, man. The cameras are changing on how stuff is getting recorded and hitting the books, and you know the numbers for all type of stuff is just gonna change because of these cameras. You know, domestic stuff gonna change. You know, violent crime is gonna change. A lot of stuff gonna change because of all these cameras. Now I'm gonna say the 19-year-old, y'all, she got the charges were causing death while driving under the influence of a controlled substance, causing catastrophic injury while under the influence of a controlled substance, and reckless homicide.
Reckless
Okay.
homicide.
Now, she got 3 years in prison and 1 year of probation. She got a high school sentence. Reckless homicide. By the time high school over, the probation over with. All right.
Baby, she 19. I hope her ass ain't in high school still.
No. That's me joking about how quickly the time will go, because it's only 4 years. 3
Yeah.
years to do and 1 year probation. That you can do high school in that. The whole thing. The whole high school. You could do it in that time. So by the time her little sister go to high school and graduate, you know what I'm saying? She out. And
You know
everything's
what?
good.
It's kind of like penitentiary university. It's Penn University.
Yeah. And she got a reckless homicide on her. Reckless homicide. And she got 3 years and a year probation. Like, they be doing some amazing stuff. You know? Okay, she's 19 now. You know, maybe this takes 6 months, or whatever, to get this all orchestrated, whatever. Maybe a year. Okay, by 24, she could start her life again.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's fine. Okay, everything's fine. You know, I just had some trouble when I was young, and then, you know, you just get to blame it on you too, because she only gonna be like 24 when she get out. She get to blame it on you. Yeah, I just had a troubled youth, but you know, I'm past all that now. I'm an adult now, and everybody just blow past, and she good to go.
Yeah, they wild, man. So I seen one video where the cops pulled up to the scene. Shorty is up in the bushes, pissy drunk, blasting music. like she just been sitting. It looked like she was sitting there a good 20 minutes just chilling, just in the bushes. Cop like, oh, you know, roll your window down. She like, nah, I ain't rolling my window down. I think they had to literally like rip her up out the car and all that. And I think she got a light sentence too, but I don't think she killed anybody. But just going to show you, like they all wild, B. That's why I said they don't need none of them need a license. They need to be assigned a husband to drive them around.
I mean, if you treat them with kid gloves on a regular basis, y'all, and I mean, y'all think most of the people listening here is a black man. Just take a moment to think about you out doing whatever you doing, and you found out you didn't had an accident with somebody that you caused, and you found out one guy got a broken neck and he needs 24-hour care at the hospital, and his wife is dead. What you think about happening to you at that particular time?
Hey, Roger, I have an even worse story for you, and it's on YouTube. This police officer, female police officer, he got into an accident. She was driving like 85 miles per hour. Killed the guy in the other car, and all she was worrying about is about being fired. Or if he dies, I'm gonna get fired. I'm touching my like, man, you he hit the car so hard that the guy who dies jumped out of the other car. Propelled out of the other car. I'm touching my like, oh, these are dangerous.
Well,
yeah, there's some sociopathic stuff going on there because she's more worried about being inconvenienced than like the guy actually being gone.
Well, I mean that's what I'm saying. If you're playing things with kid gloves, I can understand a thought like that for me. Because again, as I'm trying to get y'all to think, what do you think if you are in a car accident that you caused and you find out one guy's neck is broke and his wife is dead? What are y'all thinking in that situation? What's your initial thought?
I'm devastated off the fact that I know I did it. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there devastated, thinking that my whole life is flashing before my eyes.
Okay. All right, anybody else?
I'm going to jail. That's what I'm thinking.
You dig it?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling some type of way about this happened, but then I'm all some type of way about these white police officers I got to deal with after the fact. Because they got them a Negro after that.
Okay. Interesting. Now, I'm going to say, matter of fact, Black Rule Strikes in the chat. He say, I know my life is over with the capital O, capital V, capital E, capital R. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's over with already. It's already over with. Okay? They got me right here. I'm going straight into custody, and I ain't going to never see outside again. That's what I'm thinking. You tell me if somebody got a broken neck and the wife died, oh, I ain't gonna never see outside again. They ain't gonna never let me have this one. You know, they gonna slap me with everything they can. Okay, so
everything,
and don't let me be involved with a controlled substance. You know, like anywhere. If a nigga had a controlled substance 3 blocks away, I'm through. You know, and they just out here with controlled substance taking people out, and got 3 years on one, 6 years on the other one. It's great to be a white woman. That's all I can say. This one, y'all, like, this is amazing. I honestly thought they was gonna get some serious time. Y'all notice the way the video was. You got all this extra information, and then the sentences was at the very end of what they actually got. So I'm thinking. I mean, I ain't expect to be as bad as a black man. I mean, that's unreasonable in this country. But I was like, they're going to give him something. You know what I'm saying? They're going to give him something. But to hit 6 in 3 years, like I thought somebody was going to get at least a 10 piece. You under the influence and you killing people? At least a 10 piece.
When you put the influence in there, yeah, I definitely see. Because I definitely would think some 10 pieces is coming out. They're going straight to Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah. Now, me, I would expect to get no less than 20. Okay. Because I'm thinking this is going to be a vehicular manslaughter. You're going to hit me with the max, which I believe is 20 years. But I'm thinking I get no less than 20. If I get 20, my lawyer did a fantastic job in court if I only got 20. Because I expect, you know what I'm saying, somehow they're going to turn this into a life charge because I was under the influence. That's what I'm thinking.
But Roger, when you have that blonde hair and those blue eyes, and you start drawing those tears down, them judges, they break down, man. They can't do it. They can't do it like that. They just get weak.
Yeah, this is why this is why I keep saying we don't really have a justice system. We have a selective punishment system.
Yep. Them
They don't see their
white
daughters. They don't
tears,
see their
boy.
daughters when they look at us.
Yeah, it's
They don't see
powerful.
their
Very
daughters when they
powerful.
look at us.
Well, I'm gonna say when you look at this white woman, because I thought I did a pretty decent job to kind of give y'all a decent look at her face. It ain't even like she cute like that. And I'm pretty sure I don't know if she just looks older, you know what I'm saying, than what she actually is, or she just because her face to me look like some 40ish type stuff almost. Okay. I know there's people that kind of look young. I don't think she one of them. She look like she's like 40 something to me.
No, I'll give her 35 with in white years.
She could be even 28, man. That heavy drinking age of white woman.
See, but I always try to tell y'all the traits and things y'all need to look at. You see that chin and that mouth? That's a gobbler right there. So she gonna get away with some stuff, man. She definitely gonna get away with some stuff. Yeah.
Well,
that's a beautiful mouth.
Maybe she did talk to that cop's wife and was able to finesse something. You know, because I don't know where they got hit. It could have been maybe a small town or something. You know, you never really know. You know.
She told that man wife, she tell your husband to stop tripping over that little accident.
they go to yoga class together.
I think you Pilates. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here till they lock me up. I'm gonna be in every class till they lock me up. Now tell your husband stop tripping. Shout out to Bucky. Bucky say, Roger, you need your eyes checked. I see something nice, very nice. Okay, I don't know, man. She just got, well, maybe, man, maybe my background or whatever, but I just see, she seemed like she could be like 40 or something. Now, the dress, the outfit, not the actual dress. I'm saying how she was dressed. The outfit, to me, screams some level of youth. Okay?
Yeah,
it does scream some level of youth. You know? And she could be in her 20s. I ain't going to say she couldn't be in her 20s. It's just the way she was coming off. She just seemed like a 40-plus white woman to me, man. The way she was coming off.
I wouldn't give her
Roger,
20.
I have some expertise.
20,
listen, I have some expertise. That woman could be 28 years old.
You talking?
Yeah, she could be. She like 20.
You talk about 30s. The woman in the background.
Yeah, the woman in
the one in the background right here.
Mm-hmm.
You also got to consider that she got on makeup too. And that look like a strong. That look like a strong 40 with the makeup to me. So yeah,
nah, that's why I said
heavy drinking will make you look older. When they start drinking heavy, I mean that's for every woman. Those heavy drinking women, it ages them a lot. And now she's under stress. She just hit somebody. She knows she's going to see in a cop car, so she's under stress. So she got that stress is on her face.
She drunk at 4:00 in the afternoon.
Hey,
that's when they get started.
That's the best time.
Happy hours between 4 to 6. What are you talking about,
they ain't doing road stops at 4:00 in the afternoon. They ain't doing that's only late night. They learning the game.
Well, I mean, it's got to be something to it. Now I'm saying shout out to Narratives and Dialogues. He say 20 years, you putting yourself under the jail if you only have an adjudication of guilt. What if no alcohol was involved, Roger? Well, see, that's the thing, Narratives and Dialogue. I know you can hit somebody, and I've seen stuff where they said the maximum for a vehicular manslaughter was 20 years. Why would I expect to kill somebody and not get a vehicular manslaughter? And as a black man, why would I not expect them to try to hit me with the harshest sentence that they can, which would be like 20 years if it's just a vehicular manslaughter. I'm not even saying I would get charged with a vehicular manslaughter, because stuff like this, it's like, this is where, as a brother, they'll go after murder sometime. Okay? But I expect, at the very least, vehicular manslaughter. Why? Because this nigga out here driving and this nigga impaired. He should know better. That's what they hit us with. He should know better. How old you got to be to know you shouldn't be driving without being impaired? And in both of these situations, they did say they was officially, they both got charged with under the influence, right? So it's not even a question. Now, I'll say, just to answer your question, what if there was no alcohol involved? I still don't expect to come out good in any of these situations. I expect at the very least some 10 years, but I would still expect something to get me to 20 years because in both of these situations, people die. I would expect to be hit with whatever they believe they can charge me with. And now, once you convict a person of the crime, you basically convicted them of a bunch of different crimes. You know, driving under the influence just wouldn't be one of them, but they'll throw enough stuff in there. Every little petty crime they can get you with, I expect them to hit you with it because somebody died. So if they're going to try to give you murder time, they just can't call it murder. But somebody died. Think about it. In the eyes of the court, I'm a nigga that done killed the white man, or I'm a nigga that done killed the white woman. They ain't gonna let that go. No, and I'm not saying this in any self-defeated way. I'm not gonna be the person that give out the time, and I'm not gonna be the person that convict me. I gotta depend on everybody else to see me as I should be able to get off the hook. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe that's gonna happen.
It's just accepting the reality, accepting this the conditions and the environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some places that you get, some situations you get into, you just kind of wish you was a white woman at that time, because it's obviously no big deal to them. Now I understand there's no nigga to blame in these situations, but I thought they was gonna at least do something just off the fact that people was dying. I thought they was gonna get hit a little harder than this. So when I saw 6 years and 3 years, I ain't gonna lie, I was shocked. I didn't think it was gonna be this sweet, and that's really what shocked me, that it got this sweet. I thought they was gonna hit them with, like, I mean, at least a 7-piece, you know, which ain't number one more year than the nurse got. But realistically speaking, I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna give them like 10 years or something, and then swipe it under the rug. They're gonna be able to start their lives again. I didn't know old girl was just gonna be able to just do high school, do most of high school, and you good. 3 years, don't even worry about it. He got a broken neck, she dead. You only got 3 years. I'm like, that. If that's all I'm getting, I can get out here, smoke and drink, and get behind the wheel as much as I want to.
She's got to put out her mixtape now. After that, you know, she's got actual legitimate body.
I'm saying, yo, y'all know what I did. Y'all know what I did. And this is a true story, y'all. This is a true story, right? Yesterday, I'm driving, right? I say, oh, my insurance is out. Let me dip off and get my insurance right now. Because I ain't trying to have no problems, okay? I ain't trying to have no problem. Cops see me because I'm turning to get out of traffic so I can get my insurance on. I done pick my car up. I know my car not insured now. I got to put some insurance on before I start rolling. I forget. I'm rolling. Cops say they saw me pick up the phone. I'm like, man, phone rang. I just, stopped the thing from ringing so I could, do what I got to do. And they was like, well, why you pull over here? I'm like, man, I got to, because they asked me for, license, registration, insurance. I ain't have my insurance. I'm like, man, I forgot to put my insurance on. I stopped to do it now. Now, you think they give me a little bit of credit for stopping to do it now, okay? Yeah, I just got my car back. I swear, I just got my car back. I remember I didn't put the insurance on before I went out of town. I'm finna do it right now. Black woman, white man. Oh, Guess who insisted I need to get a ticket, y'all?
White
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
The white man. It had to have been a white man.
The black
No,
woman, the
no.
black woman, the black woman, the
Oh,
black
don't
woman.
say
Oh,
that.
we got to
Oh,
give him a ticket. We got to give him
don't
a
say
ticket.
that. Don't say that.
I'm saying,
Man.
I say, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I ain't got my license. I ain't got my insurance because I forgot to put it on. I literally just got my car back. I just thought about it, and that's why I'm doing this. All of this sudden turn over here that I'm doing is literally a put over so I can put insurance on the car. Okay, that white man let it go.
The white man let it go.
I mean, he was letting it go. She was on some okay and went back. You know what I'm saying? Based on how I saw it. Now, I can't say what conversation they had when they got in the car. I can't say. But she came back smooth with a ticket for me. Okay? She came back smooth with a ticket. Now, and I hope she right. She say, just go to court, show them that you got insurance, it should be thrown out. Cool. But now I got to go through the trouble of going to court and showing that I got the insurance, and of course it's a you must appear type ticket too. You know what I'm saying?
Roger, Roger, Roger. Why do you think that black woman became a cop?
So she can write Roger a ticket at some point.
And other men who look like Roger. Another man who look like Roger. That's why black women become cops.
Shout out to Black Rule Strikes. He said the overseer got to try to earn her butter biscuits in the presence of their white man, Roger. Well, I definitely got caught up in it, man. I definitely got caught up in it, and I'm sitting there like, come on now, y'all, come on now. I mean, I don't get no trouble. I stay out the way. I ain't doing nothing. I stay super clean, okay? And I literally pulled over because they like, why you pull over here? I'm like, because it was like a bad block that I pulled over on. It was like, it was if you looking for poverty, it was plenty right there. I just said if you was looking for poverty, you definitely would have found it over there. I'm like, nah, I'm just pulling over so I can put this insurance on the vehicle because I just got the car back to make sure I'm good. But yeah, she that wasn't good enough for her though. That wasn't good enough for her. So it is what it is. She didn't give me no.
She
Go
saw
ahead.
you.
Sometimes there's
She
like
saw
some
you.
that
She
have
saw
to
you, and she
reach through your
reminded.
bleepers.
She saw you, and you reminded her of her baby daddy. Man, she was like, "I got to give you a ticket."
Wait, so you saying we got to look out? You saying it ain't about white supremacy no more.
No, it's still
White supremacy don't really hold no more weight no more. That's what you saying.
no. I'm not saying white supremacy don't hold no weight. I'm just saying that different participants. That's all.
All right.
There's some
Yeah,
different
you
Okay.
have to go
participants in
extra
it.
hard when in that position because you want to show that your allegiance is to this system, to that white supremacist system.
Yeah. Now the white man tried to get me. The white man tried to get me because I'm like, man, because I'm telling them, can we kind of hurry this along because I got to go to the bathroom. So the white man was on some. Okay, so you pulled over to this block so you can use the world's bathroom. I'm like, no, that ain't got nothing to do with what I'm saying. So. He tried to, get something going to a certain degree. Then I said what I said. He just kind of laughed it off, But I mean, he tried a little something. But it's like, man, Joe, all I'm trying to do is do what I'm supposed to do. And I got a ticket. See, that's my thing. If I wouldn't have stopped and pulled over, I probably would have been fine. Because they didn't really pull me over. They drove behind me and got behind me after I already turned. So, you know what I'm saying? But I can't say what they saw. And their whole thing was, we saw you with the phone in your hand. Could have been true because I did touch the phone. That could have been true. So it is what it is. When I know I ain't did nothing wrong, I told y'all I'm talking big talk when I know I ain't did nothing wrong. Now, if I did something wrong, I'm trying to yes sir, no sir my way out of anything. Real talk. And I tried. And I thought I was gonna make it. I thought I was gonna make it for a split second, but now she insisted. We got to give you this ticket for driving without insurance. Okay, it is what it is. So stuff gonna happen. People gonna hold you down in different kind of ways. But if I was a white woman, I wouldn't even be that concerned because they killing people, and the most they getting is 6 years.
Hey, Roger, 2 days ago, my wife got pulled over by the cops. They told her she had they just gave her a warning. They said, go ahead, that blonde hair worked for her.
I had no blonde hair with me at all. Okay, I guess that's what I needed. I guess. I guess we should all get a blonde wig, y'all, and put it under the seat, so so you get pulled over. You can throw it on top of your head real quick, but
No, drive with it on. When you get in the car, you put the blonde wig on. Don't leave it under the seat. They gonna think you're reaching for something. They gonna be like, this nigga was reaching for something. That's why we shot him. And then they gonna see it was a blonde wig. They're gonna be like, well, that's a dangerous weapon too, a blonde wig. They gonna you don't want that. Put it on.
yeah. I'm sitting here thinking all the stuff I have done over the years to make sure I'm in good shape. You know what I'm saying? I told you I try to make sure there's no reason to pull me over ever. You know what I'm saying? If I get a broken tail light, I'm going to fix that immediately. I ain't never trying to give you a situation where you can pull me over, because my thing is the best way to deal with cops is never having to engage the cop in the first place.
Exactly.
And they out here killing people and getting 3 and 6 years. This is crazy to me. You know, but why do white women act the way they act? Because they get sentences like this. There's nothing to really concern yourself about. You know, it was bad enough that the quote unquote nurse, who I believe is older than a 19-year-old. Okay, and I'm just saying that we don't know how old she is, but she got to be older than a 19-year-old. The guy on the motorcycle, 6 years. 19-year-old, she killed a wife and break the husband's neck. 3 years with a year probation. If I'm getting sentences like that, why do I need to be careful? That's what I'm thinking. You know, why do I even need to be careful? It ain't gonna be that bad. And did y'all people they was talking about that relative? Who was that relative they was talking about? Well, I didn't want to say nothing because she's not supposed to be in the car with us. So y'all talking about a minor? I swear they in the middle of a kidnapping. That's what it sounds like to me. What do y'all think about that? Because they was talking about this minor that ain't supposed to be with them. What are they doing with a minor that's not supposed to be with them? There's they saying like a court order for them not to be together. What the heck going on with that?
Oh, I didn't even catch that one, Roger.
My thing is, are y'all in the middle of a kidnapping? Is this where a husband and wife then got divorced and they had a custody battle? I mean, are y'all taking a road trip yourselves? Are we moving this minor from one state to another? What is we doing? Why is she even afraid to say she's with this minor? Now it could be that, or maybe she done did something maybe she already got something else on her record that's so out of control that she ain't supposed to be around minors anyway. It could be that. But I'm trying to be realistic because she only 19. So why was she not supposed to be around? Or she was saying something about her mom. Like, why are they not supposed to be around this particular minor? So y'all out here kidnapping people too? That's what I'm thinking. Not
that
saying
might have been why they was driving.
stranger.
That might have been why they was driving fast like that.
Yeah, I'm not saying they was kidnapping a stranger, y'all. I'm saying this might be one of those custody issues, and then if you take the kid, then it's technically a kidnapping. Shout out to Black Uru Strike. Black Uru Strikes in the chat with no hesitation. He said, "White child slavery trafficking." Now my thing is, I ain't saying it ain't that because it could have been that. It could have been that. It definitely could have been that. But y'all see how they didn't even care. That was my thing. And I understand not caring about everything right there on camera. But once you sit down and you do your investigation and you got to contact these people again and all this type of stuff. And if y'all didn't peep it, they said she didn't get arrested until 4 months later. So they obviously got her they got her blood drawn, tested and all that type of stuff. Waited on all that stuff to come back. Once it come back, they got to do something with the case at that particular point. You know? So my thing is, y'all got this body cam footage. They talking about this kid that ain't even supposed to be in the picture, and mama done took kid to the hospital and all that. So it sounds like at the very least, y'all are kidnapping, and nobody seemed to care. Now I see why black women want to be white women so bad, you know? Because you could do whatever, and whatever, anytime you want, you could throw it in the police face, and it ain't no big deal. And y'all, they said the lady had a fake registration on the vehicle. Remember, she was saying that was her boyfriend vehicle that she was driving. Fake registration on the vehicle, fake insurance. She got 3 years total. 1 year probation to do. All right. And she done broke somebody's neck and killed somebody. Lord have mercy. I didn't know it was that sweet, y'all. I didn't even know it was that. I knew it was sweet, but I didn't know it was that sweet. Black Rule Strike says, Roger, when the last time have you known of a white woman to get pursued for charge with kidnapping kids? And that's an interesting question, Black Rule Strikes. Because I ain't gonna even lie. I can't think of a time a white woman got charged in a kidnapping case. I think they did a one of those I forget which network it is. They did one of them TV movies about some kid who got kidnapped. I Know My Name is Steven. It was way back in the day. That was way back in the day. And that was about a case that was back in the day for when the movie came out. That might be the last time I heard of a white woman being involved with anything when it comes to kidnapping. And I can't even remember for sure if the white woman got charged because of that movie. Okay, I'm thinking the white woman had to get charged. She had to, but I can't remember it clearly. But it was such a long time ago. You know, such a long time ago. So I guess if you're a white woman, you can kidnap whoever you want to, and ain't nobody gonna really bother you about it. I guess that's just the world we live in. You know. Now, y'all, these are unsupervised white people, right? Just happen to be white women in this particular case. And I said for a long time that, you know, black women do copy. I'm not going to make this about black women, but I'm just saying this is, when I say black women be copying the stuff that they see, I'm just showing y'all some examples, you know. It's one thing to have a lack of accountability. It's another thing to immediately make up characters that didn't even exist and move as if they were a real person, which is white women instantly did. Now, honestly, I would say there's some level of delusion inside of her, because it's one thing to lie, but it's another thing to believe the lie that you just created. And she absolutely moved like she believed the lie she created. To me, that's a person that's just not in touch with reality. Okay? Or not a good, she don't have a good grasp on reality. She understands it to a certain degree because she knew she needed a lie that was going to work for her to get her out of this particular situation. But once you make up the lie and then other people don't believe your lie, you're supposed to accept that they ain't believe my lie. I don't think she ever accepted that. Or at least not on camera. That's all I say. Definitely not on camera. She didn't accept that at all. She was blown by the fact that they wouldn't go look for this Mexican woman who supposedly hit the bike that she hit. Okay? And the fact that they noticed what looked like human flesh on her vehicle, yeah, she seemed to be upset by that. Like, why would you even look for something like that? And I told you a Mexican woman hit him, and I hit the involved vehicle. That's a lot of nerve. I'm gonna say that's a whole lot of nerve, you know. But hey, shout out to that white woman for having that much nerve, because she pulled something I wouldn't even think to even try to pull. You know, if that was me, I can't guarantee you I would think to make up a story about a Mexican woman who drove off. I can't even necessarily think of that. Okay, so She doing her thing. She definitely doing her thing. And she only got 6 years, man. She only got 6 years. She gonna do that little time. She gonna be back out there nursing again and blaming everybody else for everything else in no time. Shout out to Black Who Strike. He said the last time I heard of a white woman getting kidnapping charges was when that white woman ran off with and was sexing that Polynesian kid about 25 years or 25 years or so ago. It was on a Lifetime movie, I guess. A Lifetime movie. Now I remember something about that Polynesian kid. If we're talking about the same Polynesian kid, now that can't be the same Polynesian kid. Maybe that kid I'm thinking about wasn't Polynesian, because I'm thinking about a kid who admitted to having sex with his teacher. She got in some kind of trouble for having sex with the teacher, so it couldn't be the same one. But they did end up being together. You know what I'm saying? And she did get pregnant by the boy before he was a adult. But I guess you could do that when you're a white woman. Okay, that stuff don't really matter like that. Woo! So white women pretty much got a they pretty much got a pass to do anything they want.
They have oh man, forget it. The complexion for protection.
Man, I can't even think of what scenario that I could kill somebody in, regardless of how accidental it was, and they only give me 6 years. Now, let's not get it twisted, y'all. I'm not saying if I accidentally killed somebody, I would want more than 6 years. I wouldn't even imagine that was possible. You know? And Black Who did say, we are talking about the same kid. He looked Polynesian to me. He did look that way. So yeah, I guess we are talking about the same kid, because he definitely looked that way. And that's kind of the way I remember it too. That's definitely the kind of way I remember it. You know? Let me see. Narrative Dialogue says, it's pretty crazy. I look at the fact that although she was not supposed to have contact with him, when she got out and she had his baby, they turned around when he became of age and got married. Now I do remember that part. I definitely remember that part. And you can't do nothing to the married couple, because you can't you legally can't make a spouse testify against their spouse. So ain't nothing you can do on that one. Okay, nothing you can do on that one. So I guess if you're a white woman, you do have all kinds of options out here. And this is a reminder, y'all. Now, I know we focus more on black women over here, and I do that for certain reasons. But I do want to remind y'all, it ain't like they ain't learning from white women. White women, a lot of white women are terrible people too. And black women do have an issue with not being able to get away with stuff the way white people can get away with stuff. And I mean, with these sentences, now I know women do less time for the same crime than men. I just thought it was sweet that you talking about a broken neck and a dead person, and you give me 3 years and a year probation. Now I don't want to go to prison, but if I go to prison, I want this type of deal. That's real talk. Okay.
But you got a problem, Roger.
Oh,
you got a big problem.
What do you mean by that?
You don't have pink toes, so you don't get good deals.
Man, I will put on pink nail polish if I could. Well, prison ain't necessarily the place you want pink nail polish on. So I have to rethink that a little bit. I got to rethink that a little bit, because that could be a rough 3 years. Shout out to Black Room Strike. He said they gave her a light sentence. She got out and had sex with the kid again, and they threw the book at her. But she got out, married, and had more kids with the boy. That white woman had that boy's soul. Well, I mean, she probably did, because I mean, she was giving it to him, and he was like 14, 15 getting it. You can do a lot if you give a guy He ain't never had sex with nobody else before, and you just start giving him all kinds of nookie. Yeah, he gone in the head. That's for sure. He definitely gone. He may not even regret this until she like super old. Once they've been together 40 years, then it might turn to something to him. But till then, and she having babies by him, yeah, he good. He good. Ain't nothing you can tell him. That's real talk. Ain't nothing you can tell him. So, more power to
Hey
him, I
man,
guess.
if you're getting milked at 15, you know what I mean?
Yeah, what you gonna tell that? And ain't, with all the stuff he hearing about society, he growing up and he got him a grown woman already. What you gonna tell him?
Man, he ain't using his hands anymore.
I think he gone at that point, man. Ain't nothing you can really tell him. Ain't nothing you can really tell him. And I'm gonna say real talk, ain't nothing really you can really tell these white women if you out here and you can just kill people and everything's cool. Okay. And that's what we got a case of, y'all. We got a case of two. Now, again, y'all, I thought the nurse would be bad enough until I saw the other young lady. Okay. Now, and I was like, okay, what the other white woman, I mean, technically, it sounded like she just made poor driving decisions. She probably didn't stop for that stop sign. She probably tried to merge where she shouldn't have merged. She probably didn't even get a good look at that other vehicle when she was going after trying to make that merge. Or how do you hit somebody that hard that you knock a vehicle where the vehicle right now is upside down? So she just made a bunch of poor driving decisions.
Over the past 6 months, I've seen so many accidents involving these pink toes. I've seen one of them wrecked another car at an entrance of a commercial center. I'm scratching my eye. How do you hit a car so hard at the entrance of a commercial center? What happened? And when I say wreck, I mean that's a total loss. That car is wrecked beyond repair. I'm asking, how do you hit a car in that area when you know you probably should be doing 25? 25. And you hit another car head to head like that? It gotta be the Molly. It gotta be the Molly. The Molly got them acting crazy.
Well, the thing is, if you're a white woman, you driving under influence, and you can kill somebody, almost kill they spouse, and you only get 3 years and 1 year probation. So, what difference do it make? What difference does it really make?
They are some special kind of people. That's what I'm gonna say.
See, my thing is, are they special kind of people, or are they just doing according to what? Are they just doing according to what they got to deal with? Because I didn't think you could only have to deal with 3 years and a year probation, and you done broke somebody's neck and you done killed the other person. I didn't even think it was that sweet.
Low key was the other guy black? The guy that died, was he black?
No, I doubt it. I think they would have said something if he was black. Not necessarily because of what the situation was, but we don't know that they were black at all. We don't know that.
We do because if they were black, the ladies would have got community service. That's it.
Damn.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna say this: if you kill a nigga, is that gonna make you get like a harsher sentence? Not necessarily.
Nah. Especially if he black, just sprinkle some crack on him.
Yeah. and I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the language and where they happen to be located, and the other people that was around. Everybody seemed to be white. So it's probably just an area where it's just not a lot of black people out that way. That's probably what it is.
Well, here's where this lady in the background. where she messed up is when she tried to make that story about an additional car being there and her hitting that car, and then that car hitting the motorcycle. She should have said it was a black dude in that car. Then they would still be looking for the suspect. So that was her mistake, man. She should have said
That's what I was thinking too.
a
Like,
black man and a black man and a Hellcat was out here doing all kind of crazy stuff. I ended up hitting him. He hit the bike and drove off. They still be looking for him to the day.
Look, officer, I'm not gonna even lie. I wasn't paying attention to where I should, and I hit this black guy who hit that guy. Okay, so there's some damage to the back of his vehicle because he hit the guy on the motorcycle. Then I messed around and hit him because matter of fact, I was shocked by what I saw, so I just didn't react in time, and I ran into the back of his car. All right, but then when I hit his car, he looked at me, I looked at him, and he took off. Yeah. Now, if she said something like that, yeah, they may still be looking. It's probably an open case, and they want this
But that's
particular
what the
black
problem
man.
is when you live in an all-white neighborhood. You can't just say that when they know that they only black people live in there. So
And
you probably
that's
live in an
exactly what I'm
all-white
thinking.
neighborhood.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like she said, the Mexican woman, because the Mexican woman probably worked for somebody in the neighborhood. It's probably some Mexican women working for some people somewhere around there. Okay, but if it's just not a high place for black people to traffic, she got stuck. Had to. But I'm gonna say this though. I mean, with everything you got charged with, and it's all out there, and you only got 6 years, not bad. Not bad. And like I say, y'all, there's always something you can do to only do half your time. So technically, she put 3 years in, she good. Okay. The 19-year-old, she's got to put a year and a half in, and she good. And they back on the block.
And they can go out there and have some more white kids. Keep this, because they need them white kids, so they can't be locking them women up and keeping them locked up too long. They got to get these kids. They got to get these kids. Get the birth rate up.
So I didn't even think about that, but but I get you though. We gotta let these wounds get back on these streets, okay? And those are 2 perfect good working wounds right there. We can't have them locked up till they can't have kids no more. Now that definitely could be a subconscious thought in any judge's head too. We can't keep you too long because you'll be past your childbearing years, and we need you out here where you can get pregnant.
The biggest subconscious thought in the judge's mind when they're looking at a white woman is that could be my daughter.
Well, maybe your daughter needs to get locked up.
They ain't gonna do that to their daughter though. They gonna get their daughter off as best they can.
Now that's a very real thing. I ain't gonna lie about that. That's a very real thing. Yeah, because they see themselves in each other. And I'm not even blaming. I think that's just a natural thing. You see somebody, you got to make a judgment about what's going on, but you see yourself in that particular person, or that's my sister, that's my mother, that's my daughter, that's my niece. You can see all that. But when you're a different shade, okay, different hue, all that don't even come to question. All right, just don't even come to question.
We ain't the right shade of gray. We are not the right shade of gray.
Yeah. You ain't got to worry about stuff like that. So you just do stuff more by the book, more to the point. Yeah. Now I'm gonna say it's a shame that people had to die for this story to be brought. But I'm gonna say when we as black men, because we gonna have to deal with some of these white women, y'all. I ain't saying you got to deal with one from America, but if we are going to collectively continue to do our best to stay away from black women, because I'm gonna say as a collective, because most black men have not married a black woman at this point, if we're gonna continue to do that, that means we're gonna have our eyes open toward other things. So be careful with these white women, y'all. Be careful. They can be
as
terrible. Okay.
Oh yeah.
They can be just as terrible.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
And they ain't got much of a price to pay either. It is what it is. Now, I guess from a financial aspect, I guess it's good that it's a white woman. If you the person is trying to pay for your daughter to stay out of prison, I guess it's good on that end. But y'all keep in mind, they got a lot of room to get away with a lot of stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. They got a lot of room to get away with a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna read this last statement from Black Guru. I don't know what he's saying, but we're gonna find out. And then I'm gonna actually close this one down. Okay. Black Guru Strike says we need to put a pause on Bronk's comment about a man getting his daughter off the best way he can. Well, yeah. I guess we need a huge pause on that one. Yeah, all that ain't supposed to be in the same sentence. I'm just keep it real. Brock, I don't know what you did right there, but yeah, all that ain't supposed to be in the same.
Hey, they do that too.
We gotta put proper context on what's going on around these parts. Real talk, okay?
But hey, Roger, that's right. You know, I always say this: protect yourself at all times when you're dealing with these women. When you're dealing with any of these women, protect yourself at all times because you are a black man in America. You have to protect yourself at all times.
Right. Yep.
And real talk. Okay. Well, I'm gonna take that as your closing statement. Bronk, what you want your closing statement to be?
Yeah, I like the point you're making, man, about just being careful with, all Western, regardless of race, because oftentimes we think that it's really just our black women, but really, I mean, it's a Western problem, right? Feminism is pretty deep here in this nation, so if you're gonna venture out, start messing with the white ladies, man, just be careful with them as well, because that might come with a whole nother list of problems. So,
all right. And your closing statement, should you make one, of pink toes and watermelon?
You know what? In this gyno-fascism state that we in, you can't trust nobody. As a black man, you are all you got. You are your own soldier, your own backup, your own AR-15. You are all you got. Nobody got your back. Not even another black man. And if you're gonna count on a black man, he got to make sure to prove to you that you can trust him. Otherwise, man, cover your 360 degrees at all times. Because they don't like you like that. Don't matter what you do or don't do. Don't matter if you're drunk driving or not drunk driving. They're still out to get you. Thank you.
All right, and I'm just gonna say, shout out to all.
And by the way, don't get hit by a white woman while riding your bike.
Now I'm gonna say, shout out to the fact that no white women were hurt during the making of this video. At least none that we know of. White women can be something else. I hear that they have it tough. I'm just gonna say today I realized it's sweeter than I even thought they had it, because I didn't know they had it this sweet. Okay, 6 years for one, 3 years for the other. With a year probation. Okay, whatever. That's pretty nice. And you kill people. It ain't supposed to be like that. Okay. I'm not saying I agree with this. I'm just saying y'all out here killing folks. And this what y'all get? Yeah, man, we got a lot of work to do out here. But I'm going to close it down right now, y'all. I hope everyone has a great rest of y'all day. Of course, we do this Monday through Friday. If you don't know, Monday through Friday, Chicago time. Not where you happen to be. Monday through Friday, Chicago time. Look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. Long live the habitual line steppers. I'm Roger. I'm right. And I'm out.
Yeah.